Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast episode. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Uh-huh.
6,
Uh-huh.
7,
Uh-huh.
8. 162. Joining me as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, gamers? Everybody playing games? I hope they are. Instead of complaining about games, maybe people will actually just play some video games, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'd rather just complain about him.
Yeah, you know what? Me too. I'd rather just be online.
Daniel, for Christmas, my brother got me this cup with me and Joe Rogan.
Whoa, that's a young you and young
Yeah,
Joe.
that's a
Look at
really young Connor and a
that.
pretty
Yeah.
young Joe Rogan. If you didn't know what he looked like, he was gonna write on it on the other side, best and worst podcast host ever, and the joke was gonna be which one's which, you know.
Which one's which?
And that would have been very
When
funny.
was the picture?
Man,
You know?
this must have been 2012, 2011.
Okay.
Right
That's
around
actually
there.
not as far as I thought it was. But
Yeah, no,
okay.
he had hair not that long ago.
Yeah. So where was this at?
This was at UFC in Milwaukee, the first one ever. So
Oh.
headlined by Dan Hardy and Chris Lytle. There you go. That's a throwback for you kids. They don't even fight
I feel like
anymore.
those names sound familiar, I think. But
The real ones, though, the real ones saw that fight.
the
It was a
real
great
ones, though.
fight. It was a great fight, to be fair, back then. Had
Mm.
really good seats for that show too.
Was he
they're super
commentating
cheap.
at that point?
Yeah, he was commentating. It was back when
Nice.
he did every event. He would do like every UFC event. Now he just does
Mm.
pay-per-views. But yeah, that was cool. We got me and my friends got a bunch of drunk guys to get him over to us because he was like finishing up stuff. He was like filming and whatnot, and we were just like telling the drunk guys to yell at him and get him over here, and he did.
Nice.
Very nice of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Don't know about him now. You know, he fell off a cliff. You know,
Yeah.
got the billions from Spotify, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck it. I don't need this shit anymore. You know,
Money will do that to you.
money will do that to you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there it is. You know, beautiful.
It's a nice mug. I
It's
like
a
that
nice
you're
mug,
like,
yeah.
this is me.
That's me. Yeah.
Did your other mug finally break or something?
No, it's around somewhere. I couldn't find it, honestly. I like that one a lot, though.
I
If you
know.
couldn't
It's
tell.
even
It's
chipped.
my
You
favorite.
might not want to use it.
It is chipped. Yeah. Oh wow, you noticed that, huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
see everything.
Yeah, but like it's so big, you know. I could fit half a pot of coffee in there.
Like,
Half a
you
pot.
might as well just take the pot and drink it out of the pot.
I mean, I would if it wasn't so hot, you know.
True.
Daniel, it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah.
Maybe
not as busy as some. But
Yeah, you know, honestly, it's not that busy at all. But we're gonna talk about some stuff. Why not? You know, stuff's happening. Video games are going. The news
things
is
are always
flowing.
happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's moving. You know. First up, Insider Gaming reports that a PS5 Pro could be in development and could release in late 2024. This is coming from Tom Henderson, little exclusive from him, and it will reportedly also have a disc drive. So you know, take
So
that
this
for
is
what
not
it is.
the because there was been the talks of that disk drive that's outside. Was that Tom Henderson as well that did that?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know.
That disk drive you can attach to it. So I'm wondering if that's even going to be a thing. Are they still testing that?
Yeah, that's a weird idea too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But PS5 Pro, I was kind of expecting one this gen. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
I figured they would have just kept it going. No.
See, that's where what I wanted to know. That's why I put it in here. I wanted to talk to you about that. Like, when do we really think it's going to be? Do we think it's going to be next year? Like PlayStation 5s are just now, I think, by the end of last year, getting more readily into stores. I've been to a store where I can look and see, but if they're on shelves, but supposedly they're more readily available. Like, they're just getting going. They're still making PlayStation exclusives on PS4. It's like, that's just, I don't know.
It does seem really odd to talk about a PS5 Pro when it doesn't even
Yeah.
really feel like we've gotten going with this, you know, at least full steam ahead yet with this generation in general, right?
Yeah, well, like, when's their first big exclusive that's just going to be only this gen? Is it Spider-Man 2 this year?
We hope, right? I still
guess we
wouldn't be
hope,
shocked if they
yeah.
come out and like, yeah, there's a PS4 version of that as well, right?
Miles was on both.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, if that was almost primarily a PS4 game, if you wanted to consider it
Right.
that, right?
With updates.
Yeah, and then obviously God of War. God of War should have been the one, I think, that they should have done it with. Preferably Horizon 2, but like I think you should have stopped at God of War and just had it PS5 only from there on out. I mean, we got to get going with that at some point. But
Yeah.
with the PS5 Pro, I don't think it really matters. You know, I think what they learned from the PS4 Pro is that you could just put out a Pro version and you're still gonna sell. You're just gonna sell both versions now. You know, I don't know how well. I don't think they ever came out and said how well exactly the PS4 Pro sold just by itself. But
They just kind of bundled, I think.
yeah, they just
For the
kind of
most part.
bundle them together, bundle all those numbers together. So I think what they learned from that basically is that, like, yeah, you could put out a Pro version and it's not like people feel like they have to go out and buy the Pro version now.
Yeah, they put out a few iterations. I think it was 3 years for the Pro, which 3 years would be, the end of
The
this
PS4
year.
Pro came out 2016, so yeah.
It was 26. Yeah. So 3 years, and then they did the Slim, which was that the year after
I have no idea. I never got a
or
Slim,
something like
so
that.
that could have even been
I
the year
have a
before. Yeah, I
base.
don't know.
No, I think the Slim was after.
Was it? Okay.
So they did a few iterations. So 3 years. That would be this year. By the end of this year would be 3. So I guess 2024 makes sense if they're going to keep that pace with tech and stuff. But I don't know. I was thinking 2025 for like an update, but like
I think it just depends how long is this generation gonna go. Are we gonna get that extra year because of
like
COVID?
10 years probably.
Yeah, I see. I wonder if they'll even try to stretch it out that long, because it really does. You're right. Like, it really does feel like this generation just hasn't exactly started yet, at least full steam ahead. And I wonder if with COVID, if we're gonna get an extra year tacked on here instead of the traditional 7 years, if we're gonna get 8.
If there's a Pro,
Yeah,
it will be.
yeah, and then that would put next generation consoles at 2028. So 2024 halfway through. That makes sense to me, right?
Yeah, I think if there is a Pro version, I mean, I could see it going a little bit, but like a year more than that. So
2029-ish, 20,
yeah,
2030.
I
even.
because like
Honestly,
that Pro
dude, I
version
would
could be-
not mind if they were like every decade we'll put out a new
Yeah.
the next gen console. I'd be fine with that.
Honestly, I don't need a Pro version. Like as long as everything's running well. Like I normally generally try to wait. I didn't really get the Xbox One X or the Pro. I have the slim version of the one, which is I guess a little it's a little bit better. I just like the design more of the One S. And I did not like the designs of the PS4 Pro or the Slim. So I was like, my base PS4 is working fine. I'll just keep that for now. I did that all the way. Like I played Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, and Miles on my base PS4, and I was fine for the most part. With the design, like it needs to be smaller. Number one, not as tall, and maybe not as wide this way. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to completely rework the design, but the last Pro was pretty similar in general. But
I'd say we go bigger with the Pro.
Oh no, double
Let's
the
go
size.
I want to need at least 2 people to take it in my house. You know what I mean?
Jeez, you want like a refrigerator.
Yeah, definitely. You got to put it on the thing with wheels. You
The
know,
dolly?
back the dolly. There you go. Yeah, wheel it in the fucking house.
You're a
That's
crazy
how
person.
But yeah, no, I like the idea of it. Again, I think what was nice about the PS4 Pro and the Xbox, what they call it, the One X.
The One X.
Yeah, what was nice about it is they didn't shove it down your throat that you need this. You know, there was never any like exclusive game talk for that system only or anything
They didn't
like that.
Nintendo it.
Yeah, they didn't Nintendo it exactly. And if you do that, I really don't care, right? Because like I never felt like I needed a PS4 Pro or a One X. I got a PS4 Pro eventually, but I didn't get it until like probably like the year after. So I guess I did get it pretty quick, but you know, I didn't get it right away. I never felt like I needed one, right? Which is the main point. And as long as they do that, I'm fine with it. You want to put out more stuff on the market, go ahead. That's completely cool with me. I don't, just don't buy it if you don't want it, right?
Yeah, of course. Then there's the talk of like price,
Yeah.
like PlayStation's just pretty crazy with their prices.
What would be nice about this is I believe when the PS4 Pro came out, they were finally able to cut price on the regular PS4 at least by like 100. And then I think the PS4
it's like
Pro
50
price,
or 100, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think the PS4 Pro price just took the price point of the regular PS4. So
I would hope so.
So if you do that here again, right? That's cool. Make this 500 and then cut down the price of PS5. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah, that would be cool. Don't Nintendo it. Don't make the OLED cost more than the base, right? Don't do that. Honestly, maybe even make it come in at 400. I know they're not going to do this. Make it come in at 400. base at like 450 or 350 or something. Get more of them out there. You know, they have a PlayStation has pretty high projections, so like they're expecting to sell a lot. So they need to. And I know they're raising prices, but they need to like if they want to sell more, they need to not raise them too high. Because like they right now they don't have a ton of exclusives at least yet. You know, they have Spider-Man, but we don't know a ton of what they're making. So people aren't really they're picking them up, but they're really playing third-party stuff. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Don't pull Nintendo. Don't do stuff like that. So
Yeah, don't pull Nintendo.
yeah.
We already have Nintendo.
Do we think Xbox will make a new iteration then?
Uh-oh. You kind
Oh,
of you kind of
yeah,
cut,
it
cut out for a
flickered a little
second.
bit. I'm back
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
about you. We
I'm
should
here.
be good.
I'm good.
Still recording. Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, do we think Xbox will make another iteration on their the series versions?
100%.
100%, yeah. I
100%.
think they lined it up more than PlayStation did too. At least with the names, right? You got the series whatever. You could add another series just on top of that, right?
Z or whatever letter.
We're gonna go Z. Okay, I like
Yeah,
Z.
well, it's
Yeah,
cool. It's a cool letter.
Sure. It is a cool letter. Do the
Um,
letters on the controller. You know, what do we got on there? A, X, Y, B.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could do A.
Could do A. Series A. I like that.
Yeah.
Series Y.
I mean, we assume that maybe their little dongle. I know it's probably a little ways away now. I think Phil Spencer was talking about it, them wanting to cut the price down to about 100 for that dongle for TVs. So they're having a hard time getting that tech there. So maybe that's going to be a series whatever as well. So they're definitely working on tech as well. I'm assuming they're going to have a refresh like they did it with the Slim. Maybe it'll even be slimmer somehow. Like they compact a lot in that Series X. So I don't know how they can make it smaller or different design. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you can make a smaller Series X, I'm sure they will be able to eventually. Why not?
Maybe
Right?
make it more S sized. Because
Yeah.
that S is nice. That's a
I
nice
wonder
looking
if they try
console.
to come out with 2 iterations and try to make an even smaller S, you know, maybe an even cheaper S.
What?
You know what I mean? I
What
mean,
is it
hey,
like my
what if you're
phone?
what if you're trying to make just like the cheapest console on the market? You know what I mean? Something that's like a 150 price point or something like that. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Like here's a very base level get in there type of machine, right?
that's an interesting
'Cause how
idea.
much is the S? 250?
It was 300. I mean, you might be
300?
able to get it on sale. It was 300 and 500.
Okay, 300 and 500. So, I mean, what if you even a $200 one, you know, something like that?
Yeah.
Like, here's the Series S again. It's the same Series S, not more powerful or anything than that, but
Something
slashed $100.
and now it's less than the Switch. And
Yeah.
it's still more powerful than this.
Yeah. Like, what if you did that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
cheapest, here's your Game Pass machine, you know, cheapest possible Game Pass machine, right?
I mean, that is what the S is for the most part, but I understand what you mean though. Yeah, make it even cheaper, even smaller. I mean, there's a lot of different designs they could go with, like, but yeah, Xbox is in an interesting position with their tech. Like, it's already pretty compact, so I don't really know if they want to slim it down more, you know, or are they just going to add new guts?
Yeah. I mean,
Just going to
do
make
both, right? Like, release 2 iterations is what I'm saying of a new Series S that's even cheaper, and then a new Series X that's smaller and a bit more powerful, like the
sure.
PS5 Pro, right?
Yeah, yeah. I, I'm still not even in the market yet, so
Right.
it's hard to even like fathom wanting to buy a pro version right now.
Fair. It's
You
hard to
know?
think of these things, but it's just you know, a year and a half from now, who knows? You know, you could be
Yeah.
one. Who knows, right?
We need more color options. I know
Ooh.
that PlayStation does the little like face plates or whatever, but that's like I don't know. To me, like it's a cool idea for them to do that and make it a little cheaper for the people to actually get different colors. But like, I want like remember when in the 360 days when we got like the R2D2 360?
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I was gonna say. I really like special edition ones. I don't necessarily
yeah,
care about like a new color console, new
yeah.
plain color. I don't need fucking pretty
I
patties
want
over here. I'm
both.
good. But like special edition ones, I love. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
For
got
me,
the
it's always the R2D2 360 and then
yeah
that Spider-Man PS4.
yeah.
That's like
Those are the two
my
coolest fucking things
the two
ever.
coolest ones.
There was
Yeah.
a really cool N64 one. I can't even remember what it is now, but it was like I think it was like a Pikachu one. But whatever. But like I got the Halo one, right? The Halo Series X, and like that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
type of
yeah,
shit
yeah.
I like, right? Like give me that, give me something centered around games.
Yeah, we need more of that.
I think PlayStation and Xbox should be doing that for all their big games, right? Like Starfield
It
should
might
get
just be
a.
hard.
It
But
might be
Starfield
hard,
for
but like
sure.
yeah, make
Yeah.
like a cool looking Starfield Xbox, and then obviously Spider-Man 2. You gotta make the black suit PS5 whatever. You
Ooh,
know
with
what
the
I mean?
logo on the
Yeah,
side?
with the logo
Oh,
on the side.
yeah.
How dope would that be? You know, you
That'd
gotta
be
do that.
sick.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, I like those much more too. I would. What PlayStation should do is sell the side plates for those, right? Like, let me just buy the plates for the Spider-Man one, right? Like, that'd be fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't seen that yet. It's
Yeah,
been over 2 years now. Like,
especially
we've
with how
not
cheap those
seen.
plates can be. Like, I know,
How
not for the
cheap are they?
customer. Not for the customer. I just mean like for PlayStation themselves,
Oh,
right?
oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're not fucking buying a whole new console to sell to people, right? You're just buying these two plastic pieces. So it's like, how cheap is that for you guys to just put out, right? Like, let me get. There should have been God of War and Horizon ones of those.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, it's already been, those are your two premium current gen, exclusives. So, like, yeah, you should be putting out a nice God of War one with like Mjolnir on it or something.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I like special editions much more than I like just
I'm
regular
cool with
plate things.
colors though. I like giving people options.
Sure. I just wish they got a bit more creative with them. Like it's always just like here's purple, here's blue, here's red. It's like okay, again, I can spray paint these if I really want to. All right,
Go
don't
for
make
it.
me PlayStation.
You gonna tag your consoles?
Tag them straight. Did you play Infamous Second Son? You shook the controller.
No.
You didn't do that, Daniel.
You're
Daniel,
telling me right
you
now.
would have loved this. Okay, you specifically would have loved this. You shook the DualSense Forward. No, what was it called? Yeah, DualSense. That's what it was called back
DualShock.
then. DualShock. Excuse me. You know they fucking. Why did they change the name?
I don't know. It's about DualShock's
Why?
a cool name.
Why
DualSense is a lame name.
Why is it DualSense? You had
It's a lame
DualShock
name.
4.
But
Now,
Connor, it's the
why not
senses of
DualShock
feeling
5?
things
Oh
or
my
whatever.
god, I
It's
don't
so
care.
stupid.
I don't
I know,
care.
it's so stupid.
I don't care. But Daniel, in Infamous Second Son, you shook the DualShock, right? And then you like held it up to the TV like
No,
spray can.
no.
And they were
Like a
everywhere, dude.
spray
They put them
can.
all over the map everywhere. Like you could just go up to these random
Can you
things
do
and
that?
you would like outline a little drawing. Sorry, I hit my mic.
Can you do it just with like the stick or something? Do you have to do that?
You know, maybe there was an option, but you know, I didn't pay any attention to that
Oh,
option. You know what I mean? I
no.
want to sit there, and when you shook it, it sounded like there was the little ball in the spray paint thing.
No.
They had it coming out of the speaker. So cool.
This is my nightmare.
Next gen, some would say, Daniel.
I wake up like sweating thinking about that.
Next up, Microsoft has signed 2 more 10-year deals with random companies. This time, one was with Boostoid, another cloud streaming service like GeForce Now. Xbox has signed a 10-year agreement with them to put Call of Duty on that platform. And then what was the other one? Let me
The other
pull
one
it
was a
up
weird
here.
name.
Let's see. Oh, got a tweet from Phil here. Ubi sucks.
It's not how you say it.
You
but-
by Tuss.
Yeah, it's a weird name. It's also a cloud.
Jeff Grubb's comment here says, "Why to Ubitus?" Okay. We don't know what that is.
He's trying to make a joke.
No one's ever heard of that in their life. Okay, but it's 2
Um,
more cloud streaming services that
yeah.
Xbox has signed a 10-year agreement with to bring Call of Duty on there. Daniel, the saga continues.
It does. This isn't a big story. I didn't even want to talk about it in length. I just wanted to throw it's pretty cool. They're putting it on as many cloud services as well. So even more people that use those services can play Call of Duty.
I saw something yesterday. It was like saying like, "Oh, Stadia, you should have just held out. You could have got.
They could have had that one more
You could
year.
have got. You could have got Call of Duty for 10 years, you
Yep.
motherfuckers. Now you
Google's
fucked up."
probably looking and shaking their heads.
Yeah, Google's like, "Damn, our cloud streaming service would have worked. Wouldn't have failed."
I still have my controller.
Daniel still has it. You can bring it back, Google. You can bring it back.
I have that controller.
We can turn around.
I've never even used it, but I have their controller.
But yeah, cool enough. Whatever, I guess. They're trying to bring Call of Duty everywhere. Obviously, they're just trying to show the FTC that they're willing to put Call of Duty anywhere and everywhere. So okay.
Yeah, I think this is a direct they wanted to say, hey, the worries of them putting it on xCloud would boost their cloud service and they'd kind of monopolize a lot of games there. And they're really kind of saying, hey, we're going to put it everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Can't wait for this to be over someday.
Please. I mean, honestly, or never.
Or
And like,
never.
just we're all
We
in
just
hell.
keep this going.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I would love
what a
it because
time. What a time to be alive.
I'm already dying inside. So it's
Right.
like, let's keep going.
You might as well just put the knife in my back. End it. Kill me.
Yes.
Next up. Ghostwire Tokyo will be coming to Xbox on April 12th later this year. There will also be a new update called Spider's Thread, which is a new content update with some quality of life improvements, some new enemies and skills, and more coming to Ghostwire Tokyo. Daniel?
Is that only coming to Xbox? Do we know that?
Let's see here.
They say, or is that coming everywhere? Because I'd hope it'd come to the PlayStation version.
Does not say
just curious.
specifically in this article.
Okay, so I would just assume it's everywhere then.
Yeah, I'd assume it's everywhere. Why not? Seems like it's a free update, so yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily seem like it's a giant update, anyways, with like a bunch of new content or anything. So yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't. But Daniel, Ghostwire Tokyo, come to Xbox, come to Game Pass.
Yeah, more people
April
can check it
12th.
out now.
Let's go. I wonder why didn't it come out like end of March? Like why
End of March, yeah.
why that extra 2 weeks before it comes out? You know.
Probably something in the contract, maybe. I would assume.
PlayStation was like, we want exactly a year and 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
2
You
weeks.
better hold those 2 weeks.
We want those 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah.
It's when we're gonna get the most out of this.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, here it is. Now everything is finally on Xbox with that whole, what was that game called? Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo deal. It's over.
Yep.
They're here. Nothing to say.
Everything from ZeniMax is now moved over, I guess.
Yeah. We're here. We're done. I think there could have been a world where Starfield got that exclusive treatment on PlayStation as well. For
yeah,
like
that's
year.
the rumor, right?
Yeah, that's the rumor that would have been there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably would have done it too with how cash strapped they seemed before they.
Yeah, it seemed like they needed a little something.
Yeah, so could have been a world.
It's interesting. It looked like they were shopping around. It's interesting that the rumor seemed to be they went to PlayStation first, which is interesting because they have had a history. We've talked about this. They've had such a history with Xbox in particular. So yeah,
I think it was just, hey, who's ever showing us the money, right?
Who's giving the money, right?
Yeah,
who's throwing the cash out. You're right.
I think that's exactly it. Yeah. Would have been weird. What a world it would have been if PlayStation bought Bethesda. You know, would have been odd.
Yeah, it definitely.
I wonder who else was like on the table for them. You know, was Tencent trying to buy them? You know, like I just.
I don't. Well, the PlayStation thing. I don't think they were buying them, but definitely funding their games. Or
sure. I just wonder, like, you know, how close were we to a whole different world with Bethesda Game Studios and whatnot?
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe I don't know. EA could have bought them. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that too, right? Yeah, so it would have been interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, go play Ghostwire Tokyo. It was a cool game.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, on Game Pass too. I think it's a really good one for Game Pass.
Yeah, I think it's a good Game Pass game for sure.
Yeah,
it's fun. You could just hop in there, do some cool Doctor Strange spells.
Next up, Sony's Shuhei Yoshida is to be honored with the prestigious BAFTA Fellowship Award later this month. I think might be next month, but yeah,
it's soon.
Yeah, Shuhei Yoshida getting a cool award. Let's go.
Yeah, the legend himself.
Who doesn't like that guy? You know,
he seems so nice.
They really should make him the face. I don't know if he wants that position, but like they
He's
really
getting a little
should.
older.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know what his position was exactly when he was out there a bit more. I know ever since he took over like the indie initiative for PlayStation, he hasn't really been on camera that much and like you know, doing stuff with Greg Miller and whatnot all that much. But yeah, I wonder if before that, if he got offered anything to like be the face type of thing.
I don't know. It seems like PlayStation has really moved away from that.
Yeah, they definitely have.
Really, Sean Layden was kind of the last one, right? And like after the Sean Layden era, they kind of, and Jim Ryan took over, they kind of really stepped away from having more personality focused things, which I think really helped them in the PS4 generation. They had so many.
Certainly
like
in
Jack
the
Trenton,
right?
Yeah, Adam Boyes and Shuhei, and then it went into Sean Layden, and like they had so many, and like it just seems like they're just moved away from it. But
it's surprising too with Herman Hulse being the president now that they didn't try to make him more the face. I suppose he's kind of a boring personality, so you don't necessarily.
We just
Like
don't
I'd
really
rather like.
see a lot of them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess if he was out there a bit more, we could have get to know him a little bit more. But yeah, I'm surprised he's not like out there front and center doing stuff. It almost feels like we hear more about Jim Ryan than we do Herman Holst. You know?
Oddly, yeah.
Yeah, which should be the opposite, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Herman Holst a lot. I would like to see more of him actually speak. I'd rather him talk way more than Jim Ryan.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
know?
exactly. Like
You
why?
know?
Yeah, why is Jim Ryan out here doing
I don't
interviews and
know.
whatnot? Like just have Herman do it.
Yeah, just have Herman do it. Maybe Herman's just too busy. But
Yeah,
congratulations to Shuhei. Well deserved. Well deserved.
definitely, I agree. And I think he's done a lot of good stuff recently, especially with the indies. I think if
Yeah.
you remember, not that probably like 5 years ago, PlayStation's indies they were below with indie initiatives. It felt like they were the bottom tier
It took a big
terms
dip,
of
yeah.
in terms of just like having indies and pushing indies forward and making indies a bigger thing. Like it felt like Xbox and Nintendo were doing that way better than PlayStation for a long time. And then when Shuhei stepped into that new world, he really kind of brought indies more forward. We see so many indies now at State of Plays and whatnot, and PlayStation promoting them. So good on him. He's really nailed that down.
Yeah, I think that shows that he cares about developers and they like him.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Daniel. Next up, then, Capcom did a spotlight last week, Thursday. Little Capcom Direct, if you will. We gonna go over it. First up, Exoprimal got a release date of July 14th. Coming to Xbox One and Series Xbox, and then PS4, PS5, PC. Also coming to Game Pass day one. And
Yeah,
there's
we
an
didn't know
open
that.
beta running through tomorrow, March 17th through the 19th. So you can go
I
ahead
didn't
and
I didn't
jump
know
in
that
there
was
and
that
play that.
quick.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'd probably just wait for Game Pass because it is what, July something, so
July 19th.
19th. So
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like actually a pretty
July
good
14th,
date for that
excuse
game.
me.
14th.
Yeah.
It seems like a pretty good date to be honest for that game.
Yeah,
A
nothing
little
really
like
around there, right?
a couple weeks away from Final Fantasy, kind of in July. I think the only thing in July right now is Pikmin, and that's like
Oh,
completely
yeah.
separate. It's on Switch. This isn't even on Switch. So different audience, multiplayer. It seems cool. Like it's a new IP for Capcom. Capcom's killing it right now. The game we haven't really seen too much. I think Game Informer just did like an hour of them playing it yesterday. I haven't really looked into that though. I would like to just kind of check and see how that game is set up. Is it mission, doing a mission, coming out, doing that, or is it more open? I don't know. I'm very curious about that game.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I just know it's pretty co-op focused, so sounds cool. Whatever, run around with your friends, shoot a bunch of zombies. It's a really good Game Pass get.
No,
I think.
dinos. No
What did I
zombies.
say?
They're dinos.
I said zombies. Wow.
You said
okay. I
zombies.
got zombies on my
You got
brain.
Left 4
you
Dead.
know, I got yeah. I wish it was Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dinosaurs here.
Left
But
Dinosaurs.
Left 4 Dinosaurs. Let's go. But no, yeah, this game looks cool to me. I'll definitely be downloading it on Game Pass. Why not?
Yeah, me too.
Probably just have a fun. Looks like a fun, stupid time, and like stupid in a good way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Let me just have
Killing
a silly
dinos.
time killing a bunch of dinosaurs with my friends. Like, yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Good weekend game.
Yeah, definitely. I'll pop in there, play that with you. Why not? Shit,
Sure,
July,
yeah,
July
definitely.
14th. Look forward to it now. Next up, they showed off a little bit of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, the expansion for Monster Hunter Rise, coming out April 28th for Xbox Series and PS5. So there you go. It's already on Switch and Steam.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't understand why they decided to do this when the Monster Hunter Rise came to these new consoles because Sunbreak came out last year. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
Why
like,
didn't it
put
just
Rise
come out
and then
with it?
2 months later you're gonna put Sunbreak. It's
Yeah.
like, why not just put the whole?
They're
lot?
trying to get another marketing bump here. It's exactly
I-
what it is.
Maybe that's what Capcom's doing. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. That is very odd. I believe this is a slight delay too. I think this was supposed to come out in March, the expansion for the next gen system. So yeah, I don't know. It is kind of odd, but whatever. I know Monster Hunter Rise is doing pretty well on Xbox and PlayStation, so go get them, I guess.
Yeah, weird.
Next they showed Mega Man Battle Network coming out on April 14th. I believe we already knew, but got some new little trailer of that.
Let's go. We got all them cards.
Oh, are you excited for this? Okay.
I didn't know anything about them having those physical cards that they're going to digitize, and that's like that bundle. I think it was like 400 and something cards that they're going to digitize and put into the game. That's really awesome. The only thing
499 patch cards will be coming
the
to
patch
game.
cards.
There you go. Okay.
So those were like real cards that you can like get and like maybe scan into the game. I forget how it worked. And now they're gonna just digitize them all and put them into the game. Yeah, this is a series I played a lot in my Game Boy Advance SP in middle school.
Oh,
we
really?
used to
Okay.
battle, system link it up, and we used to just battle each other. It was that and Pokemon, of course. But the only thing that sucks is it's not on Xbox, but it is on Switch, which seems like a pretty cool platform for that.
It's not?
It is not on Xbox. It's very odd.
Really?
It'll
Oh,
probably
wow, yeah.
come
You're
later
right.
this year, I would assume.
It's not PS5 either. It's PS4, Switch, and PC.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They're probably gonna do new platforms a little later.
Maybe wait to see how it sells a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's all 6 games. If I'm, it's all 6, and then there are a few of them have like doubles, where like they kind of did the Pokemon thing, where it's like 2 releases with like slightly different chips you can get.
Mega Man, a series I've never played. None of them.
Battle
Never even
Network's
touched them.
really unique.
Yeah,
it is
well-
not a typical Mega Man.
Yeah,
so
I
you
know
have like the
that.
real world, and then you can like hop into like the virtual world, and the battling is a 3x3 grid. So there's like 9 squares, and you can move on each of the squares and shoot your little buster. But then you have chips, which chips are like a deck of cards basically, and those are moves. So you can like when you use one, your chip will go away. You draw another chip, and they could just be like, oh, you shoot 2 squares in front of you. So if you're like at the back, it's just going to shoot in your squares. So you got to like hop up, shoot 2 squares there, or
Is this
one
like a
is like
tactics game type thing?
it's all
Almost.
real time.
Yeah.
But it is like they use the chips as cards, and like one I always liked was the energy sword attack, and that will like slice the whole first row of the enemy. So you need to be up to the front, use it, and then bounce back. It's just super fun, super unique Mega Man game. I love those games.
Cool. Are you gonna pick this up then?
Probably eventually. There's just too many games.
Yeah,
Too
there's a
many
lot
games.
of games. A lot of games.
But it's a series that's near and dear to me.
Cool. Next up, they showed Ghost Trick coming out on June 30th. I believe this is some type of remake of an older game, right?
It is. It was a 3DS game.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Ghost Trick coming out to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC June 30th.
Everywhere, yeah, and which makes this game apparently really crazy. It's really rare and hard to find, and it's really expensive. So them re-releasing this is a pretty big deal. Somebody I know, a friend, was like, "You need to play this," and this is one of the best stories in video games ever.
Really?
And I don't know if she was lying to me. She seemed pretty serious about it. But she was
Seems
like,
serious,
"You
okay.
need." She was like, "You need to play this game," and I'm like, "Okay." It's only like $30 or something. So
What is it exactly?
I think it's it's in the line of like a what's his name? The detective. What's that guy's name?
The
Phoenix
detective.
Wright games. I think it's along the lines of that, where you're
Okay.
like a detective and do you know the Phoenix Wright games?
No, not really.
With do you know who Phoenix Wright is? The lawyer?
Yeah, I mean he's like the guy in the suit who's always
objection.
pointing, right? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
His games. It's like trials and like you're doing some detective work. I think that Ghost Trick is some of that. It's probably a little bit different, but I think it's along those lines though.
Okay.
It is. I think that is Capcom as well too. So it's probably same developer, I would assume.
Cool. All right, might be a game to check out then.
Yeah.
Next up, we got some more Resident Evil 4 remake information. Well, just a bit of a new trailer for that, and then the demo, the Chainsaw demo, has released, come out on PS4, PS5, both Xboxes and PC. So you can go play that now. Game comes out fully next week, Friday. Very much
Already
look forward to
pre-ordered.
that. Me too. Ready to go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
it's ready to go, baby.
Can't wait. I've been watching some Resident Evil timeline videos. I'm hyped. Let's
Are you
go.
real?
Yeah, that's like, I always do that before Resident Evil, especially because I'm always just like, there's so much going on in the Resident Evil
there's a
universe,
lot
and like
going-
you're always at like a different point in the timeline too. It's like Star Wars, where like you're always just jumping in somewhere else. So it's like you got to kind of catch up, get your brain jogging about what was happening around this specific time with the series. But yeah, Resident Evil 4, man, I'm so looking forward to it. I'm not playing this demo. I don't care. I'm just waiting for the
I'm
full
not
thing.
playing a demo. I'm playing
Yeah.
this game.
If
Come
it
on.
was like a demo where it's like sometimes Resident Evil do the thing where it's like this isn't in the game, this is like a different part or whatever. They
sure.
did that for like Village had one of those and stuff like that. Then I would play it, but with this just being a part of the game, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I
good.
remember
It's coming out in a
Sevens
week.
was also that too, right?
Yeah.
Where you like played as those the people filming.
Yeah.
or whatever going into the house.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
whatever. I
yeah.
didn't play
Something
the
like that.
demo, but I definitely watched it. It looked
Yeah.
pretty creepy.
Yeah, I like those a lot more in these, but whatever. Resident Evil demos are near and dear to my heart because I remember playing that Resident Evil 5 demo for hours
Oh,
on
back in the
end.
day.
Out because they
Yeah.
released that like months before the game came out, and me and my friend would just play that constant. We would play that and the Just Cause 2 demo over and over again.
The 360 era with demos was insane.
Yeah,
Like
there were some
every
really
game had a
good ones.
demo.
There's some really good ones. Just Cause
Yeah.
2, I never even bought that game because dude, that game gave you a 30-minute time limit and the whole map was open and it was co-op. You could
Sweet.
play with your friend and stuff, and it was just,
Whoa.
yeah, it was just like, okay,
That's
we have
cool.
30 minutes, but we could just restart in another 30 minutes. So it doesn't matter. Never
I will
bought that
always,
game, but
for me,
love
it's the
that demo.
Bioshock demo.
Okay, that one got you.
Where you land in the water, you go in,
Yeah.
you see the Andrew Ryan statue and stuff, and then you go into that theater room, and then they start knocking on the window, and that's where it cuts there. But yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy they at least make these demos still, just for kids
Yeah.
out there that are like me.
I'm just ready to head kick someone.
Oh, I can't wait!
Yeah.
Can't wait!
His
Can't wait
high
for
kicks?
the corny
Come on,
Leon
dude.
jokes. Like, let's go! I'm
Come
gonna watch some Resident
on.
Evil movies this weekend. You know,
Don't do that.
Watch
Don't
some of
do
those
that.
animated ones. The
No,
animated
don't do
ones.
that.
You don't like the
Infinite-
animated ones?
No, they're all bad, but
They're-
they're fun. They're fun.
They're
but
fun.
They're bad.
Exactly.
They're bad. Have you watched Infinite Darkness?
No,
The one from like 2 years ago.
no, I'm behind on a lot of them. The last one
Okay,
I
it's the one
saw
on
was like the
Netflix.
airport one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Infinite
that
Darkness
was
is
a
on
while ago.
Netflix, and it's like a movie length, but they kind of cut it up to like episodes. It's only
Okay.
a couple episodes. It's not good, but it's fun.
They announced a
Not-
new one at this show. I don't
Yeah,
actually see it
yeah.
here. I think it
It's
was
like
called Resident
Death
Evil Dead
Island.
Island or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a battle royale game when I first saw it. I was like, oh
Just
no, here we go.
100 Leons drop into an island.
You and 100 of your closest zombie friends jump into an island.
Head kicking each other.
And then last thing here, Hikura Takayashi. We're gonna go with that. Has
I'm not
joined
looking at it.
Street Fighter 6 as a commentator. So she will be a Japanese commentator for Street Fighter 6. So we can all
Yeah.
have fun with that.
Really interested on these commentators. Like
Yeah, me
when
too.
I'm
The whole
actually with my
real-time
hand in
thing.
the game.
Yeah.
It seems very cool. I just hope it doesn't get too repetitive because I love the idea of like me playing and it commentating on me. And they're getting really good commentators, so it's really cool they're actually putting a lot of effort in getting good commentators to do it. So good on Capcom for that. Like I'm very excited for Street Fighter 6.
Me too. Can't wait. June 2nd. Yeah, that does sound like a really cool thing, though. If, like, you know, I do, like, a low kick or something, and then they commentate on that. So it's, like, a really tricky thing to do during development, right? So, yeah,
And they're
good
kind of
on
like
them for actually making
saying
that.
like what you need to be doing or how like
Oh, are
they're
they,
like
too? Really?
Yeah, they're it's a little more dynamic. It seems very interesting.
Now,
I'm
I
very
wonder,
curious.
if I'm playing a multiplayer match, right, is the person on the other side getting the same commentary as me? Or I
It might
wonder
be
if
cut
they're,
off
like,
for
getting
that.
their own thing, you know?
Yeah, it might be cut off for that.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about, though.
Yeah. I never thought about that either.
Yeah. Next up, IO Interactive has announced the opening of a new studio in Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Where is that? What
Close.
country is
Istanbul.
that in? Istanbul.
Close.
What country is that in? I've never heard of this place.
I have. I can't. You're putting me on the spot.
The city looks
my brain-
beautiful in this little
brain is
picture they
not
got
working
here.
right now.
I don't know. I've never heard of this place in my life. This could be a made up place for all I know.
It's not. It's not. Let me see.
Kids, if you want to disappoint your parents, buy real estate in a fake place.
I mean, it's in Europe. It's in Europe. I just can't.
Europe somewhere. Who cares then?
It looks like it's in Turkey.
Turkey. Okay, cool. Well, they got a new studio
Um,
popping up in Turkey. Good for them.
Yeah, I think it's Turkey. This is interesting because we've talked about them already having two different teams. So this is just another team working on another game. So I'm wondering if they're going to put a lot of maybe the fantasy game on this team and keep one of the other teams doing Hitman and keep one of the other teams doing James Bond. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But IO's already huge. I don't think people realize how big they are because they're kind of under the radar a bit.
Yeah, I guess I don't even realize how necessarily big they are. It's interesting because they're independent now, but they seem to have more money than ever, right? With a bunch of
Well,
new games popping up, new studios. It's like, okay, cool. Where'd you guys
yeah,
get all this cash?
you remember in Hitman 3, they made their money back in a week.
Yeah, good
And you
point, right?
remember Square was like, "Oh, they're not making enough money." It's like, well, clearly you were maybe they were thinking too much and they were like maybe too much marketing for Square and like the cost was just too high for them and they thought, "Hey, you needed to make 10 million or sell 10 million copies," and they didn't. They sold 6 and 6 is a success, and if they did it by themselves with 6 million, it would have been a massive success. So, um it seems to be their independence is great. I'm still curious about the fantasy game and if that's is an Xbox, if that is the Xbox game, and if that is what they're doing or not. Who knows?
Well, I suppose that's where they got the money from, then, right? If it is,
It
if
could. I mean,
Xbox is publishing it, right? They probably just gave you a blank check, right? And I'm sure they
could
got a
be
good chunk of money for making this James Bond game up front. I
the
don't
James
know
Bond game. Yeah, and
who
also I
owns the
just think
rights to
Hitman
James
3.
Bond, but
It was MGM,
okay. So I wonder if they're
but
partially
there's like
paying for the game
also
too, as well. You know?
there's also some Sony stuff there. Maybe Sony just distributes the movies, but
Hmm.
because like MGM was like selling a bunch of stuff, if I remember correctly.
Are they okay?
But Hitman 3 was a massive success. So
Yeah.
they sold a like that made them a lot of money. And then now they're doing the whole bringing all 3 games into one with that new freelancer mode as well. So I think that game is just going to keep selling for a while. They're just going to kind of trickle out some more content and keep that game making them money and then work on James Bond. Probably going to see James Bond next year. I don't think we'd see it this year.
You think coming out next year, or just seeing gameplay
No,
for the
we'd
first
see
time?
it.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, we could. It's been a while. Been
Yeah, I mean, what year
2021?
was 2021? Was Hitman early
I think
2021? Right,
well,
January.
Hitman 3 was in January, and then I think that announcement was a little after that, right?
Yeah, it was like,
Same year.
yeah, during the high of Hitman 3.
Yeah.
Like, I remember talking about Hitman 3 and then just going right into James Bond, them announcing that right away. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. I'm sure that James Bond game is going to sell. If they make it as high quality as the Hitman games, right? That's going to sell millions
I'm
of
so
copies.
excited for that.
Yeah, that'll be bringing in loads of cash for them, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because we haven't had a good James Bond game in forever, so do it.
Some would say ever, you know?
No, Nightfire was great. Okay.
I never played one besides GoldenEye. I think that game's overrated, but that's
Well,
just
you have
me.
to think about the time.
Yeah, okay. The time. Horrible time. This is why I say
Did it come out
all
after
games before
2010?
the year 2000 suck
Or
dick.
2000? Yeah,
They
for
all
sure.
suck, you know?
There's
They're
no
all
good
bad.
game after.
You can't name a
And then
single good game before the year 2000. You just can't do it.
no, and then 2000, 2010, they're okay.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we were getting there. We were learning.
Getting there.
You know what I mean?
Getting there.
Resident Evil 4, good, right? Resident Evil 4 remake, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Now we're talking into some good games. Next up, Daniel. Following their merger in August 2022, Information Resources Inc. or Inc. Excuse me, I don't know why I pronounced it like that. The IRI, right, and then the
Okay.
MPD group have revealed today that they are now combined into a new company called where was it? Circana.
I think
There
it's
it is.
Circana, yes.
Circana. So they have joined, they have meshed together into one. They're
Mhm.
now Circana.
Yeah, this was a story from last week that we forgot to talk about, but
Yeah.
um,
Oh yeah. It wasn't
this
today.
isn't.
I don't know why I said
Yeah,
today.
yeah. It's okay.
Last week sometime.
Last week. This is important for us. You know how much we love MPDs.
Yeah. So are we getting Circana
I'm
numbers
not calling
now?
them Circanas.
Oh, we're
I'm not
calling them
calling-
Circanas.
No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
We can make it a segment. We'll call it Connor's Circanas.
No, oh no. I
Love
can't.
it. Love it. We're calling. I
can't.
can't wait for next. It should be next week too. So I'm
Oh,
gonna.
no.
I am
What is
gonna
Matt
type in-
Piscatella gonna say?
He's gonna say, "Here are the new Circana numbers for the week." Let's go. You know,
No.
love it, love it. I
I'm
love it
calling
when
them
we get a
MPDs.
good mix up here. You know, a little shake up. You know,
I'm calling them MPDs still.
I'm calling it Circana. I will stick with it.
I'm gonna Circana right off this show, you know?
Circana these nuts. All right.
Circana these nuts.
But yeah, I don't. This is kind of meaningless, but you know, whatever. I guess MPD doing some stuff out here. So cool, good to know.
Yeah.
Next up, a new studio has formed called Magic Soup Games. This comes from former Blizzard veterans Jen O'Neill, Alan Brack, and John
Yeah.
Donham. They're establishing a new game studio, like I said, called Magic Soup Games. So there we go.
Yeah, J. Allen Brack so that's the that guy that was so this is interesting. So Jen, okay, so I'll take a step back.
Oh,
So when
you got a little story here.
yeah, it's interesting. Sim's gonna ruin
on the show is Steven Sims. Wow, he
yeah,
exists.
he's gonna
Holy
ruin your
shit.
little layout there for a second.
Hang on.
So
I can fix it.
okay, do you have the 3-person?
No, but I can just make it
Okay.
it black.
It's only overlay off.
J. Allen Brack, if you remember, when they were having a lot of the stuff about all their employees and all that, like he was the one that kind of fell on the sword. He was kind of the head there, and he fell on the sword, and they let him go. And then Jen O'Neill was one of the ones that took over with Mike Ybarra. If you remember, they both took over at the same time. She ended up leaving. I think that she was also not being paid as much as Mike, and she ended up leaving as well. And now Mike Ybarra is I think the only one with the job now. So the fact that they're together doing this new studio, maybe there wasn't as much, maybe it wasn't all J. Allen Brack. It was more he just did fall on the sword,
Interesting. So what type of game do we think they're going to end up making?
Good question. I actually have no idea. Like, it seems like they're going to be heads and like producers and things, because I don't really think they're actually game makers. So I don't really know. Their logo is cool. That cool picture.
Yeah, I like whatever this cool painting is. So
yeah,
it's a cool name for a studio too. So I'll take it. Whatever. Let me just tie this one in here then as well.
Yeah,
two other former Blizzard devs have also formed a different studio called Gas Giant Games. This time it's coming from Jay Wilson and Julian Love, who were former Blizzard devs. They're making some sort of action RPG. So there you go. Get another one.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys just going off here, making a whole bunch of studios.
Even more. So many of these.
There's so many studios now. Too much. It's like you can't all be making like big AAA games too, can you? Like are both of these going to be like more indie things, or are we looking at giant?
Probably.
Are they getting some?
Probably a mix.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, well, good for them. Blizzard devs breaking off from Blizzard, so whatever. Fuck off, Blizzard.
Next up,
Overwatch. They already did. They did. You know what?
No, where's the story mode?
No one played it besides Sims.
I played it.
No, he played like
he
one
played
match.
It what? He played much
Sims
more than
is still playing Overwatch 2, believe it or not. That's all he's ever played. It's
Do you think he's good at Overwatch?
No, he's fucking
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, like the problem is he's got such small hands. He's got to reach over to the other side to get the other nub.
How is he able to get his thumb to the stick?
Yeah,
I don't really.
It's
tough.
Shocking he even plays video games.
I can defend myself.
Can you?
Sims is here.
Can you?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Let me just mute this guy. Hang on.
I'm definitely not good at Overwatch.
Well, who's your main in Overwatch?
Sorry, I'm trying to do chores.
It's okay.
You hopped in here and you were like, "Hey, let me do some chores."
Yeah, I just want to listen to you. I miss your voices. The stupid robot.
I mean, there is multiple. Is it the damage robot or the healer robot?
Yeah, it's the DPS one.
Bastion.
That's it.
Cool. Yeah, they reworked Bastion for 2.
Bastion, Reinhardt.
Reinhardt's great.
And that's about it, really.
Yeah, you always can default to Reinhardt. He's really fun.
Guys, I got some Prime Energy here. Sponsored.
No, you don't.
No, you do not.
No, throw it out the door.
Yo!
Leave.
Sponsored,
I can't.
Guys.
No
Sponsored,
sponsors.
guys.
Come here, quick.
I'm gonna try it. Oh,
Wait,
she wants to see it. Okay. Here, I'll pop the can open for her.
Prime, the energy drink.
Look at that.
Look. You're not on camera, don't worry.
What flavor is it?
It's what is this?
Yeah, I'm gonna have that. It's tropical punch. To be fair, you've got the worst one.
Is it the worst one?
Yeah.
I've never had the energy drink. Like I've had the regular.
We've not had the energy drink. We don't have access to the energy drinks.
What's the other thing? Just like a water?
Yeah, it's like Gatorade. Yeah.
Oh, it's like
sports
Gatorade.
drink.
Okay.
Sports drink, what they call it. Yeah, thanks, Logan. Appreciate the case.
He personally handed it to you.
The whole case, yeah. Logan Paul went to his house and gave him the cake.
Ah, that's prime-tastic.
You immediately throw
It does
up.
taste
What
like
does it
ass.
taste
I
like?
agree. Ass. Complete ass.
That is the worst flavor as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, we don't like that one. She likes the blue one, the lime one.
Ooh, there's a lime one, huh?
And
Now,
then
are you
all
talking
of
about
these-
the energy drinks or the
Yeah.
sports drink?
No, one about the sports drink.
Okay.
But I'm
okay.
sure it's just the same, but with extra zest.
Well, this is much
How
more.
big is that
chemicals in
can?
it.
That can looks massive.
Is it? This looks.
I mean, it's probably like a normal monster.
This is
can,
like
right?
typical energy drink
Yeah,
size.
I've
I'd
Except
say.
for Red Bull.
I
Red
didn't
Bulls are
think they were
small.
that big.
Yeah, yeah, a bit bigger than a Red Bull.
Yeah, it's like
But
a monster.
it's
can.
got to a point though, like it's like it. I've seem to have a problem now. Like I'm shipping them overseas. So now like
They
Hope's
cheaper
got
that way.
no.
You want me to
It's
ship you
more
some?
available.
I spent 15 English pounds on one pink bottle because it's exclusive to a
Wow.
She better savor that bottle.
Oh mate, mate, honestly, it was amazing. To see her face, like she was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I was like, yeah, it is. Remember that, it's £15.
Remember,
Yeah.
savor that.
Well, so
thing.
can you like the thing is like you can just walk into a store and just buy that drink, can't you?
I did, yeah.
I have to
No,
elbow people.
I don't
I have
know.
to start John Jones in people and just start fucking swinging.
John Jones. What does that mean?
Just do flying elbows.
You do a bunch of
Oh.
cocaine and then flying elbows someone, yeah.
Oh,
Exactly,
oh
yeah.
boy.
I'll be back. I am listening. I just can't. I'm be over there.
Yeah, you got chores. I get it. You just want to hop in
I'm
here
just-
and do your chores. Sure.
How far are we into the show anyway? Because like, I know
Very
we're
far.
off. How many? How long? How far? How far are we in?
Pretty far. I mean, like an hour and 17 minutes in. So,
Oh god.
you know, we're in
PS4
here.
Pro, PS5 Pro.
We already
Nah,
talked
we don't
about
need
it. We're done. We're
I
done.
need you to
Beginning
go
of the
through. I need give me every story that you got so far, and I
Oh
give you.
my god. Okay.
No,
Okay.
No, we're not doing this. We're not.
We're not doing this.
Move on.
Too long. Okay. Danielle's overruled you, Sims. I'm sorry. Our next news story: the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game launches on August 18th. I was gonna say October. August 18th for Xbox One, Series X, S, PS4, 5, PC. Also coming to Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
There's a technical test starting on May 25th. If you're interested.
Sweet. I'm curious to see what this game's gonna be like.
Is
Like,
this,
if this is
another
another-
Evil Dead Friday the 13th?
That's what I was
thing?
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to see somebody run around as Leatherface, just like killing people. Like that sounds fun.
That does sound fun. Yeah,
I love the
know.
movies, so, or at least that first movie. So like I want to see Leatherface.
Yeah, I've only seen
Chainsaw
like
people.
the original one from.
It's the only one you
what was
need
that,
to
the
see.
70s. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never seen.
It's
another
awesome.
Texas Chainsaw
The
Massacre.
movie's awesome.
Yeah, it's quite disturbing, honestly.
Yeah, very disturbing.
But yeah, this game sounds cool. I don't know who's making this.
I don't know. I don't remember.
We don't know.
We
Okay.
saw it at a showcase. I don't remember which showcase
Let
it
me
was.
click in here. A game based off true events. Wow, man, did this really happen? Did this happen?
It
in
was based off
Wisconsin?
of no, it was based off I think like a family somewhere, like loosely based off of like a real family.
Trying to see who's making this. Their developer.
Leatherface himself.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Just see him behind a computer.
See
all
him trying to
day.
program a video game.
Damn it! I can't handle this crunch.
He doesn't talk like that.
Well, he does now. He does now. Been some time. Slams the table.
Yeah, slam.
All right. Our last news story coming up here. Hang on, it's loading. Coffee Talk episode 2, hibiscus, hibiscus, and
No.
butterfly. Yeah, that's what it says. We'll launch on Game Pass day 1 on April 20th. There you go. Let's go.
I think it's coming to other places too, right? But
Yeah, Game Pass day 1, April 20th. Xbox One, Series X, PS4, 5, Switch, and PC. So coming out.
everywhere. Check that out. I love the first game, and I'm excited for this game. And rest in peace to the developer that passed away a little while ago.
That's unfortunate. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show, but
Did
it was a
we?
while.
Okay.
It was a while. It was like maybe a year and a half ago or so.
So did he help develop this at all?
Probably.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Probably a little bit.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I gotta play the first one. Check it out sometime.
Yeah, it's a chill, very chill game.
What is
It's-
it exactly? You're just talking to people?
Yeah, it's basically a visual novel where you're kind of chatting with people, and then you kind of run a coffee shop kind of after hours in like a futuristic Seattle. So they'll like order a drink. Sometimes it's not even coffee. They'll order like a hot chocolate or a tea or something.
And then you said no. And then you're just
Get
like,
out of here.
coffee.
You can leave. You
Okay,
can leave.
Yeah, we don't need to talk.
There's a cop that walks in. You go, okay.
This game's actually called Coffee or Get the Fuck Out.
Or leave. You want tea? No.
No, we're not
tea.
doing that.
And there's like 3 ingredients. There's only like 3 slots that you can make things, or that you could put things in, and you have your like ingredients on like a shelf, and you could like make a drink. And you have like a recipe book, so you could see exactly once you make something, you know how to do it. And they'll order something. Sometimes you have to guess like what they're in the mood for, what you know they like already, and that's kind of at the side for most of the talking. And you get like you can like level up your like social rank when you give them enough drinks that they like. It's a great game, especially if you like visual novel stuff. Really chill, really chill kind of hip hop soundtrack. Really relaxing. It'd be like a good weekend game.
Cool. Maybe I'll check it out. Or just check out the
Yeah.
sequel. One of them. I like
Yeah,
that
I
song
don't know
Game
if it's a
Fest,
direct sequel or not. I'm not sure.
There was no big cliffhanger at the end of the first one.
Not really. It's just about characters and their lives.
Cool. That's gonna do it for this week's news. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, what have you been playing?
So we beat Lightfall, the campaign. It's you probably shouldn't clap.
No
It
claps?
wasn't
Okay.
that bad, but
Taking it back.
I don't dislike it. I think as much as it seems like a lot of reviewers do, but it's not as good as the Witch Queen. I think I said that last week as well. Finally got the full Strand subclass and stuff, and that's really fun.
So this is a Strand game. Gotcha.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
It is a
Gotcha.
sequel to Death Stranding.
Gotcha.
It's in that Strand.
As all things are, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all just living in a Strand world.
It's a Strand world now, you know?
Yeah. It's really fun. The Strand subclass is fun. I think it's better subclass than the Stasis subclass that they introduced. Yeah, I think overall it was a solid DLC or expansion, but it wasn't really my favorite Destiny 2 expansion. But not much more to say than that. And then I went back to Ishin. I'm on like chapter 5 now, so I'm about maybe a third of the way through or so.
I don't think you ever talked about even starting Ishin.
I started it. I started like one chapter, like like a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
But not much. I just kind of dipped in and dipped out. But I didn't really talk. But I'm like 5 chapters in now, so yeah, this game's just great. I love Yakuza having a pistol in ancient like feudal Japan
Yeah,
and just
how's
shooting
that?
people.
Yeah.
Just shooting people. It just feels good.
So how does the
'Cause you're
pistol
just-
even work?
It's just a pistol. It's just combat. Like you're still doing basic. It is the more beat 'em up style fighting,
Yeah.
and you have the different stances, and they're just very easy to switch. It's just the D-pad.
But like, correct me if I'm
Um,
wrong. There's never been like a gun in the Yakuza games, right?
No, there has.
There has. Oh, okay.
So it's
I
more of a
didn't know that.
pickup item though.
Gotcha.
So like you'll beat up a guy that
Mhm.
has a gun, and sometimes he'll drop a gun, and then so when you get like you pick up like a trash can, and it has like a use, you can use it 3 times. You can
Yeah.
hit somebody 3 times. It's similar to that, but with
Oh, okay.
bullets. So it'll have like 10 shots or whatever, and you just hit the same button and he'll shoot a gun. So it is kind of similar to that, but you just have your pistol. There is a pistol like stance where you're only shooting a pistol and you're doing like little pistol combos and stuff. And then you have like the heavy hit will be like a special round, so you have like fire rounds or something. There's also the stance with the sword and the pistol, which is actually pretty interesting because it isn't what I thought it was going to be. It's very more of a dodgy type of class. It's called like the something dancer, sword dancer or something like that. So you kind of like doing a lot of spinning moves with the sword and shooting your pistol. And if there's like a specific combo you could do where you just spin around and then you just start shooting your gun in like a circle and just hitting a bunch of people around you. It's a really good crowd control type of fight a bunch of minions. But I've been using just the main sword a lot more. That's probably been the one I used the most. It's really high damage, so if you run into a bigger enemy or a boss or something, you probably want to use the sword. But then they have the Brawl. That's the fourth one, where it's just hands, and you can pick things up like normal Yakuza, or normal Like a Dragon. But why would I want to use my hands? I'm not leveling this.
You got a sword, you know.
I'm not doing. I have a sword. Are you kidding me?
What's going on here? You know, we got swords now.
Or like those devs can get these hands for putting that in here. You know?
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to fuck with those guys though. If I'm being honest.
You remember that picture with
with all them
heads?
they all look like Yakuza members. It's like, okay, I'm not fucking with them.
There's some scary devs.
You challenge them, they immediately rip off their shirt and they got a
To
giant
pull out that little
tattoo.
Shozo dagger thing.
Oh no.
And like just
You're gonna die immediately.
I'm gonna
you mess with
die.
them. Yeah, don't do that. It's a bad idea.
I'm
How's
not
the
gonna
story in this one?
It's very interesting. So, it basically what your character is doing is you're trying to solve a murder, and it's based off of some true-ish events around this time. It's basically around the time of kind of the samurai are kind of fading. Very Red Dead. I'll put it in Red Dead senses, where Red Dead is very the West is ending, and in the industrial complex is coming up in the West, right? And like how these cowboys gonna change, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what Red Dead's about. That's kind of similar in sense to this kind of feudal Japan era where samurais are kind of being phased out. A lot of like I'll put in quotes tech from the West is coming over. So like guns and things like that are coming over, and they're kind of invading, and it's kind of a new changing of the era for Japan. So it's kind of taken a place around that time, and you play as what's his name, Sakamoto Ryoma, and I guess that's a real figure. I don't know much about kind of this history, but a lot of these characters are based off of real figures, and you're trying to solve a murder. So you kind of join this like kind of police type of group, and you think one of the murderers is part of that group.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like, what's up with all the characters from Yakuza being in it?
So they're just using the actors. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. That's it. So like,
that's
it just
all it
doesn't
is.
matter. Okay, gotcha.
No, it's actually really cool to see. It's like, wait, that guy was like a villain in one of the games. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. It's funny. Like so far, so Majima,
Yeah.
and his face. He still has a patch, which is pretty funny. Like a lot of their faces will look alike. Majima still has a patch, and he feels the same. Majima is one of the only ones that feels the same. He is just off the chain and off his rocker.
Still just a wild guy.
Still wild. Here's a funny thing. So Haruka, right? The little girl you watch and like protect her from the first game, and she's the little girl.
Little girl. Okay.
Remember you protecting the little girl?
I've only played Like a Dragon. You know this, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen Yakuza and that little girl on the cover?
Is she the one that's like her daughter or his daughter? Excuse me.
No, but yes.
No, but yes. Okay. Then I know who you're talking about.
Not
vaguely.
really. Yeah, not really his daughter, but is right. Like
Gotcha,
he takes her in.
Yeah.
She is also in this game, and her name is just Haruka. She's the only one that has the same name. She's not
They
really a
just
part of the
kept that
story
one?
much.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just like a side character, and she just has the same name. It's just funny.
Interesting. That all you've been playing then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hype for Resident
pretty much.
Evil next week.
Resident Evil. My goal was to beat. Yes.
Go on, please continue.
No, real quick. My goal was to beat Ishin before. I'm a little behind, but I'm trying. But yes,
Might be able to. Are you on
Resident Evil.
Chapter 5? I wonder how many there
Chapter
are.
5. I think there's 14 or 15.
Well,
something
she's
like
got Prime too, huh?
We're gonna do a live unboxing.
Oh, okay.
that. Oh,
Oh, let's go.
are we? Is Logan paying us?
I mean,
Hope so.
Daniel,
Well, how many hours
he's
spent?
not paying you because you're the one not with any Prime.
I mean, I got water.
They do make Prime water, I think.
It just has their logo.
It's just water. Yeah, it's
They
just
just have water.
literally
Yeti
tap
sponsor
water,
us?
you know?
Can Yeti sponsor us?
That might be a bit too high class for us.
Oh,
I can imagine Yeti wanting to degrade themselves to our low tier.
But Logan will.
Damn, you guys are fucking up that box over there. Jesus.
Yeah, it's just a box.
Newspaper.
Oh man, you guys.
What's
They got
newspaper?
newspaper in there. Okay.
Newspaper.
Now, what
What's
kind
the
of
date on it?
prime is this? Do we think?
This is
It's
from
the
America,
water,
I
right?
believe. This
Is it
from
just the
America.
the
Well,
drink
this is
version?
the sports
Wow,
drink.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Ooh, orange. Okay.
I
okay.
will. Okay.
got more
So
than
I know I'm like causing a ruckus over here,
Right.
but I will say the bottle looks nice.
Oh,
the
it's
logo's
a-
nice.
I
The
think
bottle
the
is
logo
nice.
looks clean too. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's nice and clean. You can read it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I will give them that.
You gotta say it like they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. Go
Yeah.
and get the black one. The black one's cool. Go and get the black ball. The black ball.
Does it have a white
Top of the
logo with
wardrobe
black?
of ruiners.
I mean, they clearly know what they're doing with how many of these they're
Oh,
selling.
massively, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy how
it's
What
kind
is
of
it?
incredible
Is it
to
pissed?
break into this crowd because like nothing ever does.
I do think
Yeah,
though,
it's just
like,
Gatorade.
Yeah, like that's
Vitamin
really hard.
water.
Yeah, it's really hard to break into that. The last thing was vitamin water, right? If you
Yeah.
really think about it. I know like body armor and stuff like that too, but
they had like there was an exchange on Twitter or something, and I can't remember some Gatorade were moaning or something. Oh, this guy was like getting a bottle every day and pouring it down the sink or something every day, and then Gatorade was saying Gatorade tweeted him going, "Don't stop." And then Logan Paul or Prime's account was like, "Yeah, that's what your mom said last night."
Oh no!
damn,
no.
Gatorade's mom. Wow.
So this is the KSI exclusive like UK over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What flavor is
That's
that?
a nice bottle. That's mango.
Mango.
Banging. That's
Okay.
Is it
everything.
good?
I like
Still
mango.
got one bottle left.
Now there's an
Um,
exclusive US one as well, right?
This is the exclusive one. This is
Oh,
the one.
you got the US one. How did you get
So
that?
like,
Oh,
like
so
you can
bought
tell
that.
by the
okay.
bottle. I know it's stupid. This is the fucking not. Like that. Look at the. You can see like
Yeah, I
the
see the
bottle.
difference.
at the bottom.
That's the US
yeah.
one on the.
That's the US
That one?
yeah.
Okay.
Why does UK get more
£15 that
detail
was
on the
me.
bottom there?
And then that one cost me £12.
Who knows?
Wow.
Who knows why they're different?
Now, what's your daughter's favorite flavor, Sims?
What's your daughter's favorite flavor? Tell the world.
You can ask your daughter.
What's your favorite flavor? You can just tell me. She likes the green one.
Green one.
Oh,
Okay.
is that lemon lime?
The green one. I've changed the bottle because they've got one each and arguments.
Okay.
Yeah, she likes lemon and lime. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the lemon lime
You wanna try
Gatorade.
that? You
Not
wanna
my
try
favorite.
it now? She's gonna try orange
Ooh,
live
wow.
on stream.
Live reaction
Orange.
to the orange. Wow, can't wait.
Okay.
Crowd's
So
on
we're
our
opening the
toes.
bottle.
Orange
we're
Gatorade's
opening the
pretty good.
bottle. We've
I-
opened. We've
you know-
cracked.
I mean,
You know-
honestly, there's not
seal.
really a bad Gatorade flavor.
You know when orange Gatorade really hits when you're sick.
Oh, there's a nice crack.
Mm.
Nice crack.
Ooh, nice crack
Right,
open.
Are we
Okay.
ready? Smell. We want
Here
to
we go.
smell first.
Smell
Smell test.
Smell test.
How's the orange?
Can we get her an Oreo to dip it in there?
No, no, no.
She said it
Stop
smells like. What does it smell like?
Medicine.
It smells like orange. Orange.
Smells like orange.
No
Okay,
way.
okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're going for the taste.
They
We're going
nailed
for the first
that.
taste.
Good
first
job,
taste.
KSI.
This is like Oreo oration. Is that what you're doing right now?
Tell her to swish it around the mouth a little bit. You know, get that.
Yeah, we
get
want to
that
swish
The
flavor.
around
mouth feel. What's the mouth feel?
Yeah, we need to know.
We got a
the
thumbs up,
aftertaste?
everybody.
Thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up.
Thumbs
Tastes
up.
good. Okay.
Thumbs up.
Good job.
I don't want to. No, go on. I'll try some.
Oh, now Sims dulled taste buds are gonna try this.
He does not like it.
He's
It went down the
not-
wrong
He's
pipe.
not like it, you know. He just starts growing hair at the top of his head.
Oh no!
What's going on?
No, it's a magic drink.
It tastes. So it did go down the wrong pipe.
Sure.
It tastes like. Can I have that one? Don't drink the water out of it. Is that all right? Right, you can go.
Don't
in, I
drink
think.
the U.S. one.
Hope everybody. Hope. There's a
Good job,
round of
Hope.
applause.
Incredible.
It tastes like really strong. You don't.
Okay.
Went down the wrong pipe. I told you.
KSI and Logan Paul have now killed Steven Sims. So.
The problem is, right, the way I see it, I mean, I know the USA is a bigger place, like, but like over here, as soon as it hits the shelves, it's gone. Like, I think KSI has the bigger audience. Do you know what I mean? I think it sells more on the KSI side, if that makes sense.
Probably.
Because you can go to the shop,
Yeah.
and go to a Walmart, and
Yeah.
it's just there, right?
Exactly.
Like, kids aren't going crazy over Logan Paul. People are going crazy over KSI, and obviously that's KSI's market's over here, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Like it's impossible. Like impossible.
Fighting
crazy.
kids
Anyway,
on the street.
how are you?
I'm about to just sell some to you, you know? Go buy some, fucking sell it in bulk to you. This would be great.
I was gonna ask at one point because it was getting bad.
It might be cheaper to go through Connor.
Maybe, yeah. Like
I'll knock off a couple bucks, you know? Still got to make some profit here, but
I need to profit.
yeah. You know.
how much would it cost, like postage and packaging? That would cost.
I mean,
a
it would
lot,
just be
wouldn't it? And
shipping
that's
to you.
I mean,
It's
you'd have
more
to
like
do all
Connor.
that.
Like look at Connor. Like this motherfucker's not going to no post office.
That's a good point. Good luck. Yeah, I'd have to wake up at a normal time to
Normal
do that.
time,
No,
yeah.
no, yeah, never mind. Go through Daniel. That's not, you're not getting me to do that. Never mind. You're right.
Daniel gets a DM in the morning. Daniel,
I need Prime.
I need you. To
I think
go to
we're all
Walmart.
done. We're done for all the I say the water flavors.
You caught them all.
We've caught them all, like
Caught 'em all?
Pokemon.
Good job. Okay.
I think we want the energy cans. Well, obviously her being 10 and me being a good dad. No energy drinks.
Don't drink these, kids. Steven Sims, what have you been playing?
This dictionary defines playing. What is the meaning of playing?
You haven't been on the show
What
in like a
is
month.
really-
Surely you've turned the video games on at one point.
Surely you press play. once.
Webster's dictionary. Last time we spoke, I was playing the Arcade Paradise. I
Oh,
just,
yeah,
I just, yeah. Gradually, I just played that every day. Like, got all the just basically wanted to finish out, see how it ended. Like,
Did you
if
get
it
all the
ended, do you know
cabinets?
what I mean? Yeah, got all the cabinets,
Cool.
and then had a bit of a story moment where like it's spoilers. Anybody gonna play?
Yeah,
it? Anybody
go
care?
for it.
Connor?
I don't even know
So,
what
like-
you're talking about still. So.
That Arcade Paradise. You were looking
talked
at it. You're
about
like,
this
oh,
game
this
last
looks
session.
cool.
Ah, okay.
Well,
I
I'm
looked
good,
this
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah.
So obviously your sister was like, your dad was like, run this laundrette. You were fucking waste, man. I find these arcade cabinets. Then my sister was like, well, your dad's belling, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, I've just seen these arcade cabinets. They seem to be making money. She was like, oh, okay, I can hook you up. She was helping me with extensions on the laundrette. Turns out they were illegal. She was doing like backhanders. So then my dad found out, and he was like, right, we're shutting it all down. And I took you play like a mini game in like a warehouse. But in the meantime, like there's this like very strange email. He's like, "Oh, this must be a con." One of my long lost friends are like, "Hey man, do you want to invest in this thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I'll just invest in it." And it was like 15 grand. And I was like, "Nothing." I heard nothing of it. I was like, "Oh, that just must be like, if you do it, you get conned. If you don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is." Anyway, so then I go back to these laundrette after for some daft reason, and the guys email me back going, "Oh, thanks for the investment. Here's your bit." And he gives me like 300 grand. So then I can buy the laundrette. So I buy the laundrette off my dad. And then it becomes like a successful business. Basically, that's the ending. But like, yeah, it's cool, man. Like you invest in like this guy's like making video games. He's like, oh, if you just give me a couple of grand investment, then you think nothing of it. Literally, it goes so long you forget. You forget you gave this guy this money, and then at the end he's like, oh, there's your bit. And he's like, fucking good chunk of change, like. Yeah, it's good, really good. Your dad rings you, gives you an apology that isn't an apology. Yeah, it's good, really good. Put Harry Potter on, not Hogwarts Legacy. Played it.
I think
for
the
a
kids
bit.
are
Oh, this
calling
is
it hog leg now.
It's
Hogleg, yeah.
Hogleg,
It's
yeah.
not Hogleg. Sit there cringing, listen to you two talking about Hogleg. Natalie's a bit further than me. I really fucked my throat up.
Yeah, going down the wrong path.
So you drink more.
Natalie's
Wow.
Natalie's a
that's
bit
the
further than
solution.
me. And Natalie's a bit further than me.
In hog leg. Okay. The Harry
In
Potter
Hogleg.
game. That Harry Potter.
But then, like, we both look. I get falling asleep with it. I'm honestly, I'm a fucker for falling asleep at the moment. So then we look at each other and go, you know what we should do? She's like, what should we do? I was like, we should watch the films. So we're watching the films instead.
Mm.
Just watching them instead.
Have you watched
Evan-
them all?
We got the last film left. So
Okay.
I've got 2 films, one film left.
Yeah, the last book.
The last book. Good film, man.
Yeah,
Good films.
it's a good series.
they're all right.
Okay.
Like, when I originally watched them, I watched them as and when they came out.
Mhm.
So you kind of forget bits, and obviously it's been that long since I watched it. Like watching them back to back, yeah, it just makes so much more concisive sense. Like I was like, oh right, this is why the Ministry of your bastards, blah blah blah. This is why Umbridge is turned up because they're trying to like minimize the noise about Voldemort. But no, it's great, really good, really enjoyed it. Yeah, video games. What are they?
Who knows?
What are they?
You don't do a podcast on them or anything.
I'm trying to play it. Like I did put on Hogwarts the other day, and I'm really into it. It's just I don't know what it is because it's such a chill game, or maybe I'm just really tired.
It's a pretty chill game, to be fair. It's not stressful.
No, so like to cut the shit. Like life's been hard, man. Like really hard. Like for one, I got informed that I'm losing my job first of the month. And I've got a whole month to my job. I'm losing my job, but I've got 5 weeks left until I do lose it. So do you know what I mean? I'm aware of it. So for the first week of the month, I wasn't playing video games. Like I was
for sure
on the internet. I was looking for a job. And then the second week of the month, I was interviewing. And then, fortunately I'm sorted now. So now I'm just starting to like watch Harry Potter and just kind of wind down because I don't know if you've ever lost a job or informed that you're losing a job. Like
no, but life's been hard for me too, and I understand.
Yeah, it's just like I am gonna play. I think we're just gonna get out. We're so into Harry Potter that the films of like, it's nice to sit down and watch it and spend time together and like. Because it's not our first viewing, we're watching it in bits. Because we've already seen them before, so we'll watch like an hour here. I'll fall asleep. She'll get annoyed. We'll go to bed. But yeah, Order of Phoenix, good film. Half-Blood Prince, good film. At the end, I've been doing it all day. You think you can do my spell against me, Potter? I am the Half-Blood Prince.
I didn't know if you're doing Voldemort or Kermit the Frog.
No, it is Kermit's impression of Alan Rickman.
I thought it was really good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
You put the hood up, you'd look like Kermit the Frog too. So
hello, Kermit the Frog.
Ooh, that was good. That was a really good Kermit. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, I listened to Lucy James a lot.
Lucy's Kermit's great.
I want to get to whatever game.
How long have we got left? I'm so sorry.
We have like 15 minutes ish, a little bit more.
Okay, because I'm struggling.
I want to get to whatever. Daniel has a fun game for us, so I want to get to that. I just been playing more Octopath Traveler 2, enjoying that, getting through some stories. I'm like
pretty far.
I'm on like chapter 3 for everyone.
You changed, man.
So, yeah, I guess I have.
He is
big
changing.
Nerd now. Big
You're
nerd.
changed, man.
Big old nerd. I'm the turn-based guy on the show. It's someone's got to carry that flag. I'll do it. I'll do it for us, guys. Don't worry. But yeah, just more of that. Nothing else to really report. Really looking forward to Resident Evil.
What Resident Evil next week?
Yeah, I think it's next Friday.
Next Friday, yeah.
Exciting.
So, yeah. We will now move on to the game. Daniel, what is the game?
Yes. Cool. So I haven't nailed exactly who I'm picking, but the game we're going to be playing is will be an ongoing game, very similar to our museum, which we will get back to the museum soon. We haven't done it in a while, but we will get back to it. This game is going to be, we are going to rank, I'm calling it the definitive character ranking list.
Ooh, okay.
And every time I'm going to do this, I am going to bring 5 characters, and we are going to rank them. But then every time, it's just going to keep adding. This list will just, it's not going to end. Okay. So we're going to rank them, and you could...
So, like, are we going to have to... Obviously, we'll only have 5 here. We're going to have to get to a point where, like, the number 5 on this list goes lower and lower, right?
Yes, it could be MCU and review, right?
Gotcha.
You plop them in where they need to go. Right?
Okay, gotcha.
Is it better or worse than this character? Okay. And I'm going to pick random characters.
This is going to be a long list eventually.
Yeah, long list.
Okay.
So the first character, I'm just going to throw him at number 1 just because it is the first. It is Ghost from Destiny. Just your little buddy.
Oh, okay.
So
Peter
just keep that in
Dinklage or
mind.
Nolan North?
I'm going to say both.
Both, okay.
Because it technically is the same character. So in this ranking, in here, I'm going to write Ghost and parentheses Destiny, just so we don't forget.
The thing is, the Peter Dinklage version way better.
He is actually worse, but I like him more.
Way better.
He's worse, but I like him more. So
Just stuck with that, you know.
yeah. And then the second character I'm going to rank, or we are going to rank, is going to be Luigi. So, is Luigi better or worse than Ghost from Destiny?
I mean, he's obviously better. It's I don't even really think that's a question. You know, like
I mean, I'm
Luigi.
with you.
Have you guys
I'm
seen the
gonna
mean
ask.
face meme of
It's
Luigi
great with him driving the cart.
throwing the cart, or not throwing the turtle shell? He
Yeah.
looks very angry. Have you seen this, Sims? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think so.
Okay. So that was also pretty easy.
Luigi above Ghost for sure.
Okay. Sure. Who else should we go here? Chell, the main character of Portal. Where's Chell fit?
No dialogue from Chell.
No dialogue. In 2, you get more story bits of her and kind of her parent lineage.
Yeah, Chell's
things
hard
like
because
that.
you do get that lineage, you get the history a little bit, but you don't get a personality out of Chell. You know.
No, the most is how characters react to her.
Yeah.
And things like that. So you get a little bit that way, but not her speaking. Her design's
what a,
pretty cool.
What a fucked situation she's always
Yeah.
in, you know, like horrible.
Her design is really cool.
Yeah.
She also has cool gravity boots.
Those weird metal things on the back
Yeah.
of her legs. Those aren't even boots. I don't even know what those are.
No, she has boots, and then that is attached to it.
Oh, those are attached
like
to the
the
boots.
heel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So I don't think Chell's better than Luigi.
No, I don't either.
Is she better than Ghost?
You know Ghost better than me, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know.
I like Ghost a little bit more, but I do like Chell.
I like Chell too, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to rank. I'd put her below Ghost. That's fine.
Okay, sure. If you would like to throw a character, I will allow it. But I can keep naming characters if you'd like. We're gonna do 2 more. Unless you want to do more than 2 more. That's up to you.
No, go ahead. We'll do 2 more.
Okay. The next one I'm gonna do is Corvo, the main character of Dishonored, and also Dishonored 2.
This on you guys.
Got the cool mask. Yeah, Sims, you haven't chimed in yet. Where do you think Corvo would go here on this list?
It's not the most talkative of characters, is he? Like you don't.
He talks more in 2.
Dishonored's more memorable for the gameplay. It's not the characters,
for sure.
The world is the main character.
2 really expands a lot on that, though. I would say 2, you get a lot more of the world, and Emily's a great character there. I think Corvo, you expand more on Corvo, but I think you also have to incorporate everything to his character, right? His design is awesome. That mask that he wears is sick.
The game's so good. Dishonored 3, man. All I want.
Where is it?
It's Redfall.
That's not Dishonored 3, but I'm with you. I'm excited for Redfall. Is Corvo better than Luigi? No, I don't think so. What about Ghost from Destiny?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because you play. That's the I you know you repeated English. No. It's like Destiny's what 50 years old now.
I think it's 61.
61 years of age.
That lines up.
Yeah.
Who's next? Because he's not. He's
Chell.
not.
I think
I don't know who Chell is
from Portal. The main character of Portal. Who you play as? I think Corvo's better than Chell. Personally, you get more story for Corvo. So are we cool to rank Corvo above Chell?
Yeah.
Okay. Corvo. The next character I'm going to do. This was that we definitely going quicker than I thought we would, because this one I think is probably going to be pretty easy.
Just had a real deep prime energy burp. And that was an
Did you?
experience. Yeah.
Blame Logan for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Which was it? Like $2?
Yeah, it was very cheap. Yeah, something like that.
The last character we'll do
caffeine
for
too.
today, unless any of you want to throw a character out.
I mean,
I don't
I'm
wanna
just
do
gonna
too
throw
many.
out Eddie Raja because, like,
I don't want to do too many yet, but we could throw Eddie Raja in if you want.
I mean, you guys
You wanna do him
Eddie
next?
Raja. You guys
We'll
want
do
to
him
set
next.
the bar at number 1 with
So,
Eddie fucking Raja, then we
where
could
do-
do that. You know,
Where do you want Eddie Raja?
number 1,
I-
easy.
He's not better than Luigi.
He's definitely better than Luigi. Way
He's
more
not better than
character
Luigi.
than
No way.
Luigi. 100%. He's the greatest video game villain of all time.
Okay, Luigi has a button that you can just yell Mario's name.
In certain games.
Mario.
Listen,
There you go.
Listen. Eddie Raja, the
Mario?
sometimes friend,
Mario?
sometimes foe of
Oh, man, this is
of
so
Nathan
good.
Drake, right? The counterpart to Nathan Drake's hero,
Right.
right? The villain of Nathan Drake's overall story. Incredible character, right? I mean, leads a group of mercenaries, right? Or he's like, the second in command there. Get some real cool character dynamics. If you go back and watch the Uncharted comic motion picture thing, Eddie Raja, main character point in that. I don't know if you guys know this. Nathan Drake sleeps with Eddie Raja's sister at a certain point.
I
Thus,
think you've told me this.
thus separating the friendship there, right? They were friends, right? Both treasure hunters, really well-known treasure hunters, right? You have heard of them. But Nathan Drake sleeps with his sister, thus creating a rift in the friendship.
Mm.
Thus, Eddie Raja becoming the main villain of Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune. Cool accent, cool gun, he's
Yeah.
a cool gold pistol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool vest, multiple pockets. How many pockets
Sure.
Luigi got?
At least 2.
That's it. Eddie Raja, there's like 5 just on the front.
He might
of
have
that vest.
4 because he might
You
have
know what I
2 in
mean?
the back as
You
well.
know what I mean? I don't know how when we talk about characters, I always end up on pockets, but here we are.
I was gonna say, like, if you got like if you got like a
He
really
says it
cool
about Sora all the
coat
time.
with all these pockets.
Yeah, I have
I
a
think he
pocket
does.
fetish for sure. It's a
Zippers
kink,
and pockets.
Don't judge me. Yeah. Sitting
No,
over
man,
there with
you
your
do what
with
you
your
do,
green
you
hoodie,
man.
You know what I mean?
You do you.
I'm just saying, Eddie Raja, very cool. You know what I mean?
Well, where's he gonna go? Is he better
Number
than
1.
Chell?
He's better.
He's
than
not
Chell for
number
sure.
1.
He's,
He's
number
not
1.
number 1.
He's better than Luigi. What does Luigi's character do? What's Luigi's personality? What's he like? I never heard
He's
Luigi
the
even really
sidekick, that's his
talk besides saying
personality.
exactly the sidekick. Eddie Raja, the main villain, not a sidekick. Better than Luigi.
I disagree.
What's number 2 below Luigi? What do we have right now?
Ghost from Destiny.
Okay, he's definitely better than Ghost. I mean, they had to replace that voice actor at least 6 times, so it's like, who cares?
Well, I want this list to be serious, but I can concede.
You're on the wrong show then, but sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'll
The
concede.
thing is, he's very serious.
I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
I'll concede that
This
he
man
can go
likes
above
this man.
Ghost.
He should go above Luigi.
But I don't think he's better than Luigi.
The best
my
thing about
question
Luigi
is-
is the meme.
I guess. How do you know how to spell Raja? Is it
Raja?
Raja?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rajas, the arcade in The Last of Us. We saw this. Eddie Raja, canon. Cast him already, HBO. Let's go.
Well, it's funny that you
Eddie
chose
Raja
a,
spin-off show. We don't
it's
all
funny
want
you
this.
chose a Naughty Dog character because the last character I was going to choose was a Naughty Dog character. A little bit timely in a way. I'm going to not choose one of the ones you would think. I'm going to choose actually Abby as the first Last of Us character for us to rank. So where would we
Number 1
rank
with a bullet.
Abby? Is Abby better than Luigi?
If they cast Ronda Rousey as her, then yes.
I told you I will jump off of a cliff.
Why?
If
Why?
that
What's your beef with Ronda Rousey, man?
Yeah, what's your beef, bro?
sucks, and she almost ruined Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 11, and I can't take it.
Good wrestler.
But she's got
Okay,
the
she can-
arms for Abby, man. Who else got
She
the
can
arms?
kick rocks.
Who
Okay?
else?
She can kick rocks.
Kick rocks. Wow, Ronda
I
Rousey.
already told you who it should be. Florence Pugh. That's it.
Nah, can't.
Uh,
Doesn't have the acting chops compared to Ronda Rousey. Let me tell you. Okay, I just like that face.
Um,
Abby,
Is she better than Luigi?
Yeah, 100%. This is the clear number one out of
Okay.
the list that we have thus far, I think.
Sure. I mean, I agree. I think I like Luigi a lot. I think his reign at number one is over.
If it was still the year of Luigi, I'd give it to him, but that ended apparently. He had a whole
Yeah.
decade.
Okay, well, we
You know,
ranked
that's
6
over.
characters today. I'm not going to do it every time because we're going to get way too many characters at some
Oh
point.
no, you're gonna have to do it every time, bud. You started this.
So number 1 right now is Abby from The Last of Us. Number 2, Luigi. Number 3, Eddie Raja from Uncharted series. Number 4 is Ghost from Destiny. Number 5 is Corvo from the Dishonored games, and number 6 is Chell from Portal. And I will be randomly picking characters every time we do this. So maybe you guys can spice in characters too.
Non-ridiculous characters, preferably.
Yeah, I mean they could be joke characters.
We should have done
but like
Arnold.
who?
Arnold,
Oh, Arno. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get Arno on. I'll pick him eventually.
easy number one. Can't surpass that
Better than Abby.
easily. I mean,
Easily.
the dynamic there. It's
This
not
man's
even-
unhinged.
Not
over
even
here.
close. Where's the Plague Tale TV show? Let's go.
That'd be sick.
Yes, Arnold.
That'd be depressing.
That would be depressing.
Be all right.
And The Last of Us was depressing.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 162. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdgods. You can also find us on all audio platforms. Guys, anything else you want to say?
Vote for us on the
Endure-
YouTuber of the month.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
So go to their YouTube. Do you remember the name of the channel, Sims?
Oh, I don't. We'll figure it out. We got just dumped in this thing, and we really appreciate it, and it's really
Yeah.
nice. But no one said, "Oh, we're gonna do this. This is how we promote it." And thank you very much.
I had our friend Zenbloke. He messaged me about it, and I wasn't sure when it would happen. So, but it did. It happened very quickly. But yeah, you can go vote for us. We will try to post that at some point.
These Scottish people are crazy.
Crazy Scottish people. All right, that's going to do it, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Say it, Daniel. Say what you were gonna say. You were gonna say something.
I was gonna say endure.
survive.
And survive.
Yeah, baby. Like Troy
Not
does at the
survive.
podcast.
Bye-bye.
Oh, does he?